ASMR video. This type of ASMR video is gonna be a whisper do you fall asleep video game and anime edition, because one, I like video games and anime and I like talking about it, but two, there's this album that you're listening now in the background that's really cool that has video game and anime music, and I wanted y'all to hear it because it's a really good album. So I figured, why not talk about the stuff I like until you guys fall asleep, because it's a whisper video and people like that. And then also you can also listen to cool music in the background. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to like games and stuff is like, this year has been an interesting year for video games. A lot of good games came out this year. I think it was like Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know if it's a patch or something came out. I saw Baldur's Gate 3 because they won a lot of stuff in the gaming game awards. Pikmin 4 came out. Sea of Stars came out. Super Mario Wonder came out this year. Spider-Man 2 came out this year. Like, a lot of games came out this year. I know there was other games that came out, like Alan Wake 2 and other stuff, but I didn't play that. But like, a lot of good games came out this year. Final Fantasy 16, yeah, that came out this year too. A lot of RPGs. I think Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth also came out this year. A lot of RPG stuff came out this year, so that was interesting. The Game Awards was interesting to see that Spider-Man 2 didn't win not a single game award. So spoilers for that if you haven't seen it. That was Spider-Man 2 did not win a single thing, so that was interesting. Spoilers for the Game Awards. Baldur's Gate 3 pretty much won most of the game awards. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out. I'm glad that Nintendo got something because I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I like Nintendo, so I'm glad Super Mario Wonder got that in Legend of Zelda, even though I haven't played either one of those games. I plan to get them, but I have not played either one of those games. So, but I'm glad they Nintendo won some stuff, so that was cool. I can't wait to play Tears of the Kingdom because I played Breath of the Wild. And because I'm not a Zelda purist, I thought Breath of the Wild was a good game. I mean, even the Zelda purists think it's a good game, they just don't think it's a good Zelda game. But I'm not a Zelda purist because I didn't even like Legend of Zelda for the longest. I didn't get into Legend of Zelda probably until I was like, trying to think when Wind Waker came out, 13, 14, maybe around like my pre-teen ages is when I finally got Legend of Zelda, because I remember as a kid at daycare I tried to play the original Legend of Zelda, hated it. One of my friends had Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I had two different friends, they had Ocarina of Time. I tried to play both times, hated it. Tried to play Majora's Mask, didn't understand it, so I was just like, bro, I don't like the Legend of Zelda series. And then I remember Tom from Toonami was basically like, he did a review on Wind Waker and he was like, this game get to be a pirate and sail around, it's 10 out of 10. And he had also reviewed Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube and gave that a 10 out of 10, and I played that game and till this day it's my favorite 3D Mario game. So I was like, okay, because I really enjoyed it. I was like, okay, let me give Wind Waker a shot. And so I played Wind Waker. Until this day, Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game. It's favorite 3D Zelda game, but also my favorite Zelda game in general, because it's just that good to me. And that's what the Wind Waker, the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, is the game that got me into Legend of Zelda. It wasn't my first Zelda game I played, but it's the first Zelda game I owned, and the first one I enjoyed. So I'm not a Zelda purist. And then after that, I think I played Twilight Princess. Well, I skipped Skyward Sword because I don't really like motion controls like that. And then I played, what was the spinoff, Hyrule Warriors. And then I played Breath of the Wild, but I didn't play Breath of the Wild till like 2021. Like, what is that, 4 years after it came out. And I played Breath of the Wild, and that game is a good game. Like, I understand why there is so much hype for it, because that game is a good game. Like, everybody hating that game, they're just haters because it's a good game. You can be like, it's not a good Zelda game, which I kind of understand because it doesn't follow that formula, but you can't say it's not a good game because it is a good game overall. And then on top of that, there's so many games that like improvise and use that game's inspiration to do, like Sonic Frontiers. You can't tell me like I already talked about in another video how much I like Sonic Frontiers. You can't tell me you didn't take inspiration from Breath of the Wild. I think they said they did. So, like, Breath of the Wild's a good Zelda game. Or it's a good game. I think it's a good Zelda game because, like I said, I'm not a Zelda purist. So, yeah, I definitely want to play Tears of the Kingdom because even people that didn't like Breath of the Wild, it improved, like, story-wise and a lot of other stuff on Tears of the Kingdom that was really good. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to play that. I'll probably get that game eventually. Super Mario Wonder, I'll probably get that game eventually too because I really want to play it because my favorite 3D, other than Super Mario Sunshine, my favorite Mario game, my other favorite Mario game is Super Mario 3D World. I really like that game now. It might be a little bit biased because I played that game completely 100% on the Wii U and I played it with my brother. Like, I did not play that game single player at all. I played it 100% multiplayer with my brother and that game was so much fun. I really enjoyed that game. I was like, yo, this game is fun. This is a fun game. So, for me, like, yeah, like, oh, and I also play Super Mario Odyssey. Like, I have that game. I can't play it all the way because unfortunately I get motion sickness when I play that game. So, but I do think it's a good game. I think I've gotten all the way to, playing Kingdom. And I'm like, yo, Super Mario Odyssey is a really fun game. It's just, it sucks because I literally can only play a game for like 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at max without getting motion sickness. So, and that sucks. But yeah, I can't wait to play Super Mario Wonder. And then the only other game I think I'm looking forward to also getting is obviously Spider-Man 2. I gotta get a PS5 first because I don't have a PS5. Because I also want to get the God of War. And I know that new DLC Valhalla just dropped, but I'm gonna play God of War, the second one. Ragnarok. I want to play that. I guess technically I could play it on PS4, but yeah, I can't play Spider-Man because I don't got a PS5. So, eventually I should be able to get that. And the reason why I want to get a PS5 is because Monster Hunter Wilds, I want to get that when that comes out, even though that's not coming out until 2025. I'm like, cool, I got a year. When I saw that trailer, I said, cool, I got a year to get basically a PS5 because I was like, I'm playing Monster Hunter Wilds because I played Monster Hunter World, and you know, it's a really good. I really like Monster Hunter World. It's a really fun game, so I can't wait to get that. So I want to get a PS5. But yeah, like, where was I? Yeah, like I said, I'm just happy Nintendo got some stuff from the Game Awards, and I also want to get Sea of Stars because I've played The Messenger, and I really like The Messenger. Like, it's a really good game, and I 100% completed it. Like, the main game, like, there's a Messenger DLC, which I technically haven't 100% completed. I've beat, like, most of it. But the main game of The Messenger, I have 100% completed because it's that good of a game. Like, I didn't, like, here's the thing, I got spoiled on The Messenger. I saw game reviews and stuff of The Messenger, and I was like, cool, and then, like, a year or two later, I was like, let me go buy this game, because I remember the game, people say it's really good, but I was not expecting how much story driven. I thought it was going to be a platformer, and I'm like, it is, but it's so story driven, that's crazy. So that's one of the reasons. I also want to get Sea of Stars because it's made by the same studio, and like, it looks good. The thing is, it's an RPG, and for the most part, when it comes to RPGs, I don't really play a lot of RPGs. I don't really like a lot of RPGs. Not because they're not good, it's just RPGs usually aren't my thing. But The Messenger is so good. I remember when Sea of Stars in development, I was like, this is one of a few RPGs I want to get. Like, RPGs I've played, like, I think my first RPG I actually liked was Tales of Symphonia. And then I've played a lot of Fire Emblem. I played Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance. And then I played the one for GameCube with Ike. Okay, I haven't played a lot of Fire Emblem because I think those are the only two Fire Emblem games I've played. Is the one for Game Boy Advance with Roy's father, Elwood or whatever, and then the one with Ike. I know there's two with Ike. There's one on the Wii, but I didn't play the one on the Wii. And that's it. Like, I haven't played none of the ones on the 3DS. I didn't play none of the ones on the Switch. But, like, I enjoyed those Fire Emblem games. But, yeah, I don't really play a lot of RPGs, so. But, you know, I heard, like, Chrono Trigger, and that's what Sea of Stars kind of is inspired by, and all that other stuff is pretty good. And the only other RPG I think I've played that I like is Super Mario RPG 1000 Year Door, which is one of the best RPGs. First of all, it's a great game, but one of the best RPGs ever. And I'm glad they're doing a remake of that because I played that game in college, which was awesome. My roommate let me borrow that game, and that game was awesome. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe I've never played this game before. I never got a chance to beat it, unfortunately, I would say I was probably like maybe 75% of the way through, because I'm trying to think. The last thing I remember is beating the Ghost Sisters, I believe. I think that was the last thing. I don't really remember too much, but I feel like I was like a good maybe 75% of the way through the game, but the game is fairly fun. But yeah, like I'm glad they're getting a remake for that. I know Super Mario RPG got a remake. I haven't played that at all, and I know like a lot of people really like Super Mario RPG. But yeah, like as far as games go, I would say like I only bought one game this year, because I was looking at my games, and like a lot of the games I bought from last year, like Kirby the Forgotten Land and like Sonic Frontiers and stuff. But I was like, this year I was like, I only bought Sonic Superstars. That's the only game I bought for 2023. Literally, I have not bought any other game for 2023 because I really don't play my PS4 that much. But yeah, like I was like, wow, I've only bought one game this year, or one game that came out this year. Because I'm trying to think, like, I don't think I bought Spyro this year. I think I bought that last year too. So I'm just like, the Spyro Reignited trilogy or whatever, I think I bought that last year too. So literally, I have only bought one game this year, which was Sonic Superstars, and that game was just okay. I've already done a whole thing about that game, one of my other ASMR videos, but I'm just like, that game was just okay. So like, as far as video games, I did not play a lot of video games this year, which I mean, it makes sense, especially with the beginning half of 2023, which I might talk about in a later Whisper video. But like, yeah, I did not play a lot of games as far as this year goes, even though there's a lot of games that came out. There's a lot of games that are good games. Oh yeah, Street Fighter 6 also came out, but I'm not a fighting games person, but that game looks like it's like good. I heard about the what's it called, the new controls or whatever for casual people get into it, which is really cool, and I'm glad they did that. So, you know, that's good. Did Pokemon do anything this year? I don't think Pokemon did anything this year, because Scarlet and Violet came out last year, right? Or this Scarlet and Violet came out this year. I don't remember. When Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, no, Scarlet and Violet I think came out this year. Scarlet and Violet came out this year. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but I didn't play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because I'm kind of like, even though like it looked a lot better, and even people for the most part, because like what was the one before Scarlet and Violet? Sword and Shield. A lot of people didn't like Sword and Shield. I didn't play Sword and Shield. Yeah, I remember I was going to buy Sword and Shield, but I was like, because there's a lot of drama, and then Scarlet and Violet did a lot of open world stuff, kind of because they copied, well not copied, but took inspiration from Legend Arceus, because Legend Arceus was like, I guess, a blueprint. So they did a lot of that, and I was going to get it, but I didn't get it. So I was just like, yeah, I didn't really play. I would say for me, 2023 was like a drought video game year, because I don't know, 2022, I remember buying like a couple of good games, but 2023, I literally bought one. Hopefully I'll buy some more in 2024, but yeah, I literally bought one game that came out, and that's it. I was like, dang, I really ain't really doing too much when it comes to games and stuff, so there's that. As far as anime and stuff that came out in anime this year, anime was definitely interesting. I don't know if the anime awards happened or whatever, because I see it on social media, because I remember the Game Awards, but I was like, the anime awards, I don't think it's happened, but there's a lot of good anime that came out this year. I'm trying to think what came out. 1,000 Year Blood War, I think part 2 for Bleach came out. All the ones right now, Jujutsu Kaisen, which has been going crazy. Attack on Titan finished this year, so I already know. Demon Slayer, I think the Swordsmith Village came out. There's a couple of isekai. Mushoku Tensei, a couple of isekai like Mushoku Tensei. Part 2 came out. There's one anime called Farming Life in Another World. Not to be confused with like I'm the Strongest Farmer or something. I actually like that. That was a pretty decent anime. It was an isekai, and I'm one of those weirdos that likes isekai. So, but yeah, Farming Life in Another World, and then Campfire Cooking came out this year. I know an anime called like Shangri-La or whatever. I'm supposed to watch that, but I haven't got caught up on that. And then I gotta get caught up on Dr. Stone, because I think it's like Dr. Stone Part 3 or something. watched like the first like 4 episodes, and I need to get caught up on the rest of them. I would say the only anime, oh yeah, Vinland Saga 2 season 2 came out that year. Vinland Saga season 2 was my anime of the year for me personally. Vinland Saga season 2 was anime of the year for me. Like, I know it's probably not gonna win anything because it's gonna go up against Demon Slayer, which, because the casuals love Demon Slayer, they're gonna vote for that, and then it's gonna go up against Attack on Titan, which, because of the ending and how everything, like, I doubt, it's gonna win anything. But yeah, Vinland Saga season 2 was my anime of the year because, like, it just was really good. Like, spoilers if you haven't seen, I'm just gonna talk about spoilers, but yeah, like Thorfinn's whole character development and like from the change of season 1, because I liked Vinland Saga season 1 when it came out in 2019, because I remember Demon Slayer was on fire on Twitter and everybody was talking about it, and I was like, yo, what about Vinland Saga though? Like, I remember everybody liked Demon Slayer and nobody was talking about Vinland Saga, and I was like, yo, Vinland Saga is really good. I was like, besides the action, which was really good because season 1 had a lot of action, I was like, yo, Thorfinn's this character and he's angry and stuff. I said, y'all, it's a deep story. I was like, it's a deep, pretty like decent story. Like, everybody was like, nah, Demon Slayer, pretty anime. I was like, alright, bro. And so then, like, now season 2's come out and everybody was like, oh, it's not good because it doesn't have as many action. I'm like, bro, that is literally not the point. Arthur himself said that's not the point of the anime. The anime is not about Thorfinn. Like, that's why I was like, some of these, what I call casual anime fans, or anime fans that like got into anime around 2020, I feel like they don't appreciate a lot of stuff, because I'm just like, bro, just stick to shonen. All y'all care about is fighting. Stick to shonen, bro, because seinen anime is not about that. A lot of seinen anime usually is for adult themes and stories, not just fighting, action, fighting. Like, stick to shonen if that's all you care about. Like, you don't care nothing about the story. Like, stick to Demon Slayer and stuff like that, because that's what Demon Slayer is. Demon Slayer is mainly about the action. The story's very simple. But I was like, no, season 2, Thorfinn, like, Vinland Saga is so deep, because Thorfinn literally was grappling of trying to change who he was as a person, because literally his whole life, like, from since he was a kid to like essentially a teenager, he was just angry, like basically kind of like Kratos from God of War. He was like Kratos from God of War, and he was killing anybody in his way, all for this single goal. And then once his goal basically, like I said, spoilers, got stolen from him, he was like, well, what do I do now? And then the fact that he's a slave and stuff is just, and he deals with this heavy character development of like his past actions and like who he was, and just seeing him try to stick to the route of peace, and it just really wasn't really impactful. And like, I was like, yo, that's why the internet was like, I have no enemies. Like, there's a reason why that became a meme, but it's actually really good, because I'm like, I feel like a lot of people should follow Thorfinn's like kind of like example of like trying to change with it. Like, it's never too late to change, and like that's why I made like my own like little like real videos on Instagram, because I was just like, yo, this joint was really good, and the really like deep symbolism of changing and becoming a different person and stuff with Thorfinn. Like I said, for me, Vinland Saga season 2 was anime of the year for me personally. That's one of the few anime I caught up with. And then One Piece, I am very surprised I caught up with like One Piece, like where the Wano arc, like I stayed up to date with the Wano arc, which I'm very surprised, because like I can hold you, I kind of skipped. I kind of like summarized this Cake Island arc. Like, I didn't watch every episode of Cake Island, but I watched like the major episode, like Luffy Curse Katakuri. Like, I watched that mostly. There might have been a couple episodes that I might have skipped a little bit, but for the most part, I watched most of Cake Island. Like, I know everything that happened in Cake Island. Like, I basically went on YouTube and watched clips of like basically the important stuff, because I take the One Piece anime pacing is trash, and I hate it. I do not like the pacing of One Piece. I heard the manga's like, a lot of people that are One Piece fans say read the manga, because even a lot of One Piece fans that like the manga say like, nah, the pacing is trash, and I agree with them. The pacing of One Piece is trash. But yeah, like Cake Island, I saw like the big things that happened in Cake Island, and then after that I pretty much stuck with Wano, and I'm very surprised that I stuck and got caught up with Wano. Like, I kind of feel bad for One Piece, because spoiler for everyone who haven't seen it, I feel bad for One Piece fans because they hyped up Gear 5 so much, and then Gear 5 was not Gear 5 was just not what, it wasn't like that. Like, it was overhyped. Like, it was good and it was cool, but man, they overhyped Gear 5, and because of that, because they were like, oh, it's gonna be on par with Super Saiyan, it was just like, I mean, it was cool, but yeah, that was a dog claim, so I kind of feel bad for One Piece But to sit here and say it's gonna be the next version of Super Saiyan is great. That's crazy to me. Because they really said that. I was like, wow. Y'all really wild out here, huh? So that's kind of wild that they said that. But yeah, like, I kind of feel bad for him. But it is what it is. Like it was good. And, you know, I'm glad the Wano arc ended really well. And, like, it was all wrapped up nicely. So I thought that was really good. Oh yeah, Spy Family Part 2 came out, and I have not been caught up on Spy Family either because, like I said, I have been going through a lot, like 2020, especially beginning of 2023, I went through a lot because I feel like when you have an adult and you have like stuff going on with you, you can't always like watch anime and play video games like how you used to, so, but yeah, because I like the original Spy Family, especially the, what's it called, comedy, the ending of Spy Family. I really like that. So, I thought that was really good, but, yeah, like, I don't know, I don't feel bad, but, like, I kind of wish I kept up on a lot more anime than I did. Oh yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen's been going crazy, though. Jujutsu Kaisen's been going crazy with everything right now, like, I'm somewhat caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, here's the thing, Jujutsu Kaisen, I read the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen. So, like, I've read the manga like a little bit past the Shibuya incident. So, like, I know everything that was going to happen in Shibuya incident. But, man, the animators went crazy. I know there's been a lot of people that's like, talking blah, 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 whatever. Animation's not that good. But to me, the animators went crazy this round. I think they did a good job showcasing how a lot of stuff went, because the Shibuya arc was great. I can't do spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen because I'm just like, nah, y'all gotta watch it for yourselves if you haven't watched it. This is a little bit newer. I'm like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen went crazy, bruh. All I'm gonna say is they've been going ham. If you've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, if you're a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen, get caught up on that because they've been going ham, bruh. It's unfortunate though, because I feel like the community or the anime fandom always be like dragging it down because there's been so many spoilers posted on you guys, and not dealing with the Shibuya incident, but like later on the manga, people just been spoiling in the comments of stuff all the time. And I was like, bro, that's all y'all do is spoil stuff. Y'all spoil people making videos. I'm like, bro, all y'all do is spoil. Y'all manga readers do be spoiling stuff, because like I'm a half manga reader, half anime only. Like I'll read certain manga of certain stuff, and then other stuff I'll watch just the anime only and stuff. So it is what it is. But yeah, like y'all manga readers do be spoiling stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't like y'all like people on the internet, because I'm just like, there's no reason to be doing all that. Y'all doing too much. But yeah, get caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen because that joint is crazy. And then also the fact, like I said, Attack on Titan, the ending of Attack on Titan, like I read the manga of Attack on Titan, so I already knew the ending and stuff. But it's it's good to see that series finally like done, because I feel like Attack on Titan is one of those animes where like it shouldn't have took 10 years. Personally, I don't think it should have took 10 years to finish. But I'm glad it's finally done. And it can be put to rest because it's a good show. It's all wrapped up. It's a good. Personally, like, I don't know, I feel like because I read the ending when I remember when the ending originally came out, like a lot of people were kind of mad at the ending. I remember a lot of people were kind of upset at the ending because of how it ended. But the anime ending, I guess because they did a lot of, I'm not gonna spoil, but they changed some stuff around. I didn't really see as many people upset with the anime ending because of the stuff they changed. So I was like, oh, okay. That's good. I'm glad like a lot more people were receptive of this ending and like how it ended, because I'm just like, you know, like I'm gonna say the ending's bittersweet, but the ending's kind of realistic in the anime of like how stuff was. And it's just, I don't know, I ain't gonna hold you. People have had some crazy opinions, like I'm not gonna spoil, but the people that's talking about Eren ain't wrong at all, I'm just like, y'all crazy. Like y'all might want to get like checked out or something, because I'm just like, y'all don't think Eren's wrong at all. That's wild to me, but alright. That's a little crazy, but hey, if that's what you think, you're allowed to think whatever you want to think. So, but it's just kind of crazy that you don't think Eren's wrong at all. If you've seen the anime all the way through, hey, So, but yeah. What else? Like I said, campfire cooking. Here's the thing: I like isekai. Isekai. I like isekai trash. I'm one of those people. Like that's my specific taste that I like. Like I grew up watching. For me, I grew up watching a lot of Shonen Jump. So I grew up in the 90s, so I watched Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, Gundam Wing, like all those like old school Toonami animes. And then like when Naruto came out and One Piece and Bleach, the big three, when they finally came out, I also watched them as like a teenager and stuff. So like I've been watching anime since then, but like, so I do like shonen. Like I'm gonna have a preference for shonen, but for me, the animes I like the most, I like isekai. And like I know the reputation of isekai, like isekai, they call it isekai trash, but the reputation of isekai anime is not good. And there are, I kinda agree, there are a lot of animes that are isekai that aren't good, but I have watched a lot of isekai anime, a lot of like, I've watched a lot of what I think is decent isekai, and I've watched a lot of like what I think is like just like middle of the road, not that good, not that special. I watched a couple of isekai where I was like, alright bro, this is trash, this is dumb. Like for example, I think a good isekai besides Mushoku Tensei is My Life Reincarnated as Slime. I don't know why that anime is so slept on, because I've read some of the light now. I've read the manga of that. I need to get caught back up on the manga of that, because like the manga's good. I've read some of the light novel of that. That anime is really good. What else do I think is good? Obviously Sword Art Online, the first season. I would say Sword Art Online kind of started a lot of the isekai. It wasn't the first one like Dog Hat Sign. I remember when Dog Hat Sign used to come back on in the 90s. Anybody remembers Dog Hat Sign? You a real one. I never got into Dog Hat Sign though. Like I tried to watch it and I didn't understand, so I didn't get it. So Sword Art Online for me is what really like got me into isekai. And I still think Sword Art Online is good. Like the first season of Sword Art Online is still really good. Like the first 12 episodes of Sword Art Online to me is a masterpiece. I don't care what nobody says. People hate on Sword Art Online because of like how bad it became and a lot of cliches, but the first 12 episodes of Sword Art Online is a masterpiece. And I don't care what anybody says, I will defend the first 12 episodes of Sword Art Online. The next 12 episodes are okay. Like they're not super bad, but they definitely went down as far as like quality. It's not as good as the first 12 episodes personally. But then after that, season 2, we don't talk about season 2 because no thank you. And then season 3 is like decent. Like season 3 is decent. I know a lot of people hate season 3, but I'm like, I like season 3. Season 3 is kind of decent. But yeah, so that's what got me into anime or isekai. So I think that's a good one. Log Horizon is good because it kind of like, it's basically like if you want World of Warcraft but anime, that's what that is. Another anime I really like that came out this year with By the Grace of Gods. Season 2 came out this year. I really like By the Grace of Gods, and nobody talks about that anime. And really all that is about this overworked dude who basically dies. And because in Japan they have a lot of issues when it comes to overwork. Basically about this dude who gets overworked. He dies. He gets reincarnated. Like I think he's like in his 40s or late 30s or something like that. And he dies, gets reincarnated as a kid. And he just living his life in his fantasy world. Like he tames, like he has slimes for like pets or whatever, but essentially he literally like gets reincarnated as like a teenager. I think he's like 12, 13, but he literally is just living his life in this world. Like that's the whole world. Like there's no like super bad guy villain to defeat. There's no like super demon lord or whatever. He's literally just living his life, and he runs like a laundry service business, and he's trying to be a good boss, and he doesn't want to overwork his workers, and he's literally just trying to live his life to the fullest. And I like it because it's so wholesome. It's very wholesome. It's very like the whole purpose is just this man just living life chilling, and I like that because there's not a lot of anime like that. There's most anime you always have like, oh, who's the main villain, who's the main bad guy, oh, he's trying to do this, oh, what's some sneaky do. No, this anime literally is dude gets reincarnated, living his best life, the end. And I like that. And season 2 came out this year, and I was like, yo, really good, really enjoyed it, like it. So another anime I like is Uncle from Another World. Now that didn't come out this year, that came out last year, but it took like forever for them to finish it because of the stuff that happened with the anime studios. And I'm just like, bro, that anime was really good. Like it was a spin-on take of the isekai, and to me it was really funny because it was like a comedy slash parody, kind of like, have you ever seen isekai that I think are really good. I also feel for the Mappa Studio people because the whole scandal that comes with that, with them being like overworked, which is crazy. Compared to like the Invincible studio, they literally dropped the Invincible. If you ever watched Invincible, which is a series on Amazon, it's a superhero series. Invincible on Amazon, they literally dropped 4 episodes, and they were like, "All right, bro, you're basically taking a break like till January." I was like, "Bro, what the heck?" A lot of people was mad, which I can understand, but Mappa, I feel like this happened. Mappa been literally, there's been articles about them like working at their desks. Mappa employees talking about they were gonna like off themselves because it was just like, nah, like I'm done, which is crazy. It's crazy to think about. The fact that like they just I mean, people make memes and videos about, oh, they haven't seen their family and stuff, but literally Japan already has an overwork problem. They literally were at their desks and stuff and just not working 60 hours plus a week, you know, making really good animation. Their animation is really good, but I'm glad like basically a lot of people on the internet were outraged, kind of like, hey bro, let these people go home, let them see their families and stuff. So I'm glad they did that because they deserve to see their families and stuff like that. So yeah, like I'm kind of glad this is one of the times where I'm kind of glad the internet kind of came together and basically helped the kind of people so they can like see their families and stuff. And you know, because animators already have like animator studio already have a bad reputation of overworking their employees, so I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that, so they can like I said, go home and see their families. But basically, yeah, I just wanted to do this Whisper to sleep, so hopefully you had some sleep